It's day 26 of the 30-day craft room organization challenge. And today we're going to take a minute to breathe and think about maybe a miscellaneous category in our craft room that we haven't addressed. So maybe you're a sewer or into cartonnage, or maybe it's diamond painting, maybe knitting, those kinds of crafts. This would be a chance for you to identify an area that might have been a little frustrating to you that you want to get organized that we haven't covered yet. So for me, it's going to be one that I just sort of skipped over, even though it probably could have fit into a previous category, and that is going to be my stencils. So stencils are something that Stampin' Up! Has started introducing more of recently, and I do have a designated place for them. It's a drawer in my Kallax shelf, and it's labeled paste and stencils. So I do have like embossing paste in here. We also have those knives that you can spread it, and you can use this with stenciling. So the problem was all of my stencils were just being thrown in here and they get sort of tangled together. And I had no idea what I had. They were not labeled in any sort of way. And so I decided that this was an area that I was going to focus on this challenge. So let me show you what I've come up with. The first step was for me to go through all the stencils and identify what sets went together, and then come up with the name of the stencil set and then how many stencils went in each set. The second step was to figure out how to group them together. And so one suggestion might be to use the clear mount stamp cases. They do hold a good amount of the stencils, but not all of the stencils. So I actually decided not to use these cases for that reason. Now I am using this one to hold my alphabet stencils that are not Stampin' Up! Anyhow. And so that way if I need a letter, I know to go in there. But for these are a bigger size, and so I needed something different. And so I did some searching around and I found some new product from Stamp and Storage. These are called 6x6 paper sleeves, and they come 15 in a pack. And they do have bigger sizes too if you have bigger size stencils, but I thought 6x6 is going to cover most of what I need. So this is what they look like. And I do like how there's like this tab right here for your finger, and then they are open on this side. So if you did have some stencils that are bigger than 6x6, so like this one, for example, it's a little bit longer than 6x6, it just hangs out the bottom, and then that's not a problem for me. So then the next step for me to stay organized was I was just pulling the images off the internet. So if it's current, you can go to the Stampin' Up! Online store. If it's not current, you can just do a Google search. And so then I saved the images and then I printed them. And I will post this template below if you want to see what I'm using. But then I can just slide it in the front, and then I can quickly look at the image of all 6 stencils that are included. So you can see some images might look different. This is an older set that had, just 2 stencils in it. But a lot of times the stencils were coming 4 in a pack. So you can see here. Now I actually bought 2 of this same pack, and so there are actually 8 in here, and 8 stencils is probably a good limit to how many you can put in each pack. So anyhow, this is my new way of organizing my stencils, and then I can just keep them all in my drawer so that they're not going to be tangled together anymore. Another thing is I didn't realize how many I had. But this is going to be good for if I ever go to order some. I can just sort of double check here to make sure I don't already have them. So that's what I'm organizing today. I can't wait to see what miscellaneous craft you organize. So make sure you post some pictures over in the Stamp with Cheryl Facebook group. Happy organizing.